What good, y'all? It's your boy Chris, man, and I'm back at it again with another banger video, man. You heard me? And y'all, we are in for a good one right here, y'all. It's not basketball today. We baseball. Y'all probably be like, Chris, do you really even like baseball? I love baseball, y'all. I'll be going to baseball games and everything. My favorite team is the Cincinnati Reds, y'all. We've been doing good this year, I ain't really lie. But this video, we ain't even really here to talk about my squad, anything like that. We're here to talk about a certain person. A certain person that makes terrible calls. Certain person that's honestly, this video is about to just, yeah. As y'all can see by the title, you already know what we about to dive into, you heard me? Just hit that like button, comment, and hit the subscribe button, come join the family, you heard me? But I ain't really lie, I really want to hear y'all thoughts about this down in the comment section whenever we get, you know, through this video. After comment, you can comment right now. Tell me y'all thoughts about them right now before we even hop into this. But we're about to see how big of a problem this is, man. So let's do this. Let's go. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Let's get right into this video.
Angel Hernandez has been an MLB umpire for 31 years.
31.
Yet, despite with all this experience, he is the worst umpire in MLB history. Angel has blown several calls, is overly confrontational, and even tried suing MLB for discrimination. In a 2018 players poll conducted by ESPN, he was voted as the worst umpire in the league, with 22% of players identifying him. In 2023, Angel finished the regular season as the lowest rated umpire with 161 bad calls in just 10 games, including the lowest rated game. Last night, he set a new record with the largest miss on a strikeout with a strikeout pitch that missed outside by 6.7 inches. His controversial calls and poor performance have plagued MLB for years, leaving fans, players, and managers frustrated and questioning the integrity of the game, while also making him one of the most disliked figures in baseball, and for good reason.
Y'all, I'll tell y'all this. Right now, certain sports, because I ain't gonna say reffing in every sport is bad, but like, well, hold up. I can't really say that because, like, I don't actually sit and watch every single sport. And I don't have time to. I don't have time to watch every single sport. But when I do have time, I watch, like, when it comes to, like, making calls from baseball to basketball to football, we have to, can we please start doing something to the officiating, please? Like, can we do something? Like, can they lose money? Can they get banned? Can they, like, get suspended? Could they do something? Like, I just don't find it fair that every single time the athletes always got to do something. We always got to get in trouble or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I'm trying to see how, because just, like, the calls just be so out of pocket. And, like, I know, you know, as fans, you know, we sitting here like, bro, what's going on? And as players, I know that's even way worse. You know what I mean? Because, like, bro, you know what I mean? It's your job, playing with your top, and then you got to mess around. Like, we got to just do something about that for real.
Because over here he missed calls. On this side he missed. Up high he missed. For both goddamn sides. And I'm sure if Angel could see this video, he'd be very upset or even sue me for discrimination. But the result is clear. MLB has an Angel Hernandez problem. Now, can one man's judgment calls really make or break America's favorite pastime? For years, Angel Hernandez has been at the center of controversy in MLB. As an umpire, Hernandez has the power to influence the outcome of games with his decisions behind the plate and on the field. However, his track record is tarnished by inconsistency, questionable calls, and a perceived lack of accountability. In a sport where every pitch and every play matters, the impact of an umpire's decision cannot be overstated enough. As frustration grows, many are left wondering how one can continue to umpire despite all these issues. The Angel Hernandez problem has exposed deeper issues within MLB's umpire system, highlighting the need for increased accountability and a closer examination of the human element in officiating. Born in Havana, Cuba, Angel's journey to becoming a Major League Baseball umpire began right after high school. He cut his teeth in the minor leagues before finally making it up to the majors.
Listen. If your dream is to be if your dream is to be an umpire, y'all, go out there, chase your motherfucking dream, but be better than this man. That's all I'm asking. Be better than this man. If you're better than this man, I'm on your side, twin. But if you worse or up to this level, I'm not on your side, twin. Don't do that, then. Don't do it. But if you is, then I'm on your side. I'm counting. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Full time as a National League umpire in 1993. In the years since, Hernandez has found himself at the center of numerous high-profile incidents that have called his judgment and competence into question. One of the most notorious incidents involving Hernandez occurred on May 8, 2013, during a game between the Cleveland Indians and Oakland Athletics. Most of the time, bad calls are limited to plays when the ball stays in the park, but even Hernandez was able to find a way on this one. Hernandez ruled what was appeared to be a clear home run as a double, a decision that ultimately contributed to Oakland's loss. Even after MLB admitted the call was incorrect, the original ruling stood. To this day, Hernandez has refused to admit that this call was incorrect and has even attempted to blame the quality of the replay equipment. Hernandez's issues extend beyond isolated incidents. In 2017, he filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against MLB, alleging that he had been passed over for crew chief positions and high-profile assignments due to his Latino heritage. Luckily for us, MLB was able to win this lawsuit, and we even got an open look to see that MLB thinks he's terrible too. One of the many things MLB was not confident in Hernandez's ability to perform effectively on an even more intense stage, and for this reason did not select him for the World Series that season. Now, after losing this case, you would think that you would try and improve to climb up the ladder, but still, Hernandez remains a lightning rod for criticism and controversy. From players like Ian Kinsler proclaiming that Hernandez needs to find another job, to MLB's own defense in the lawsuit painting him as an umpire who inflames on-field tension. It's clear that Angel Hernandez's presence on the diamond is a problem that extends far beyond the occasional blown call. But how deep does the impact of Angel Hernandez's officiating go? A closer look reveals the troubling pattern of game-changing decisions that have left players, managers, and fans alike questioning the very integrity of the sport. In 1998, the Mets faithful will recall an unfortunate moment where Hernandez essentially stole a game from them with a shocking, and I mean shocking, call. When Atlanta's Michael Tucker sped around third base in the bottom of the 11th inning, Mets left fielder threw a dart home for the Mets catcher who was able to tag Tucker's foot before he touched home. Of course, Hernandez thought otherwise, handing the Braves a 3-2 victory and a sweep over the Mets. In 2013, Hernandez proved that he could make an impact all the way across the field by blowing a call at first base. During a 3-3 game in the 10th inning between the White Sox and the Marlins, Angel ruled that the Marlins had completed a double play against Chicago, even though Alex Rios had clearly beaten out the throw. Now, in 2018, Angel was on his way to umpire in the 2018 World Series before getting overturned 3 times at first base on video reviews during Game 3 of that year's ALDS between the Yankees and the Red Sox. And it turns out, Hernandez's antics know no borders. This man is international. In a 2023 game between Nicaragua and Venezuela, Angel shocked even the most hardened of baseball fans with his calls.
What?
These incidents and countless others like them have led many...
Okay, I'm over getting stressed out like it's me. My fault.
When Hernandez is involved, how can players and teams be expected to compete on a level playing field when the strike zone seems to shift with each game? How can managers effectively strategize when they can't even trust the consistency of the calls being made? The Angel Hernandez problem has exposed a deeper issue within baseball's umpiring system: the lack of accountability for those who consistently underperform. Despite his track record of controversial calls and the vocal criticism from players and managers, Hernandez remains a fixture in Major League Baseball, with seemingly no consequences for his actions. This raises a critical question. Why is it so difficult to remove problematic umpires like Angel Hernandez from the sport?
That's a good question.
The answer lies in a complex web of structural and organizational challenges that have long shielded umpires from the kind of accountability that players and managers face on a daily basis. Unlike players and managers who face constant scrutiny and the ever-present threat of being benched, traded, or fired for poor performance, umpires like Hernandez seem to operate in a protective bubble, shielded from the consequences of their actions. At the heart of this issue lies the powerful umpires union, the Major League Baseball Umpires Association. The MLBUA has long fought for the rights and job security of its members, negotiating strong collective bargaining agreements that make it nearly impossible to fire an umpire for performance-related issues. In fact, the
Hold up,
last time an
into
MLB umpire was
let me find
terminated
out.
for performance reasons was back in 1999, when the league dismissed 22 umpires during a failed mass resignation attempt. This
22?
ironclad job security has created a culture of complacency among some umpires who know that their positions are essentially guaranteed regardless of how many calls they blow
Hey,
or how much criticism they face. For someone like Angel
Watch.
Hernandez, this union's protection
Watch
acts
me come
as a
on.
safety net, allowing him to continue
Why you-
officiating
where's my black
high-profile
ass out
games
there?
despite his track record of inconsistency and error. But the union is just one piece of the puzzle. MLB itself has been hesitant to take a hard stance against problematic umpires, often opting for behind-the-scenes reassignments or quiet demotions rather than public disciplinary action. This
Crazy.
reluctancy to
I'm
confront the
disappointed in you,
issue
boy.
head-on has
I ain't
only
gonna lie.
extended the problem, as players, managers, and fans grow
everybody's
increasingly
complaining.
frustrated with the lack of accountability for umpires who consistently underperform. The perception that umpires are untouchable has reduced trust in the system, adding to the complexity of the situation
always
are
been
legal
untouchable, though.
hurdles involved in any attempt to remove an umpire from their position. Hernandez's racial discrimination lawsuit against MLB, while ultimately unsuccessful, highlighted the potential for legal action should the league attempt to terminate any umpire's employment. Even if MLB had legitimate performance-related reasons for firing an umpire, the threat of a lengthy and expensive legal battle could demotivate them from taking action. But as the calls for change grow louder and the impact of controversial calls becomes increasingly apparent, the question remains, how long can this broken system sustain itself before something gives?
That's
With
a
the
good
very
question.
integrity of the sport at stake, it's becoming clear that something must be done to address the Angel Hernandez problem and ensure fair and consistent officiating experience for players and fans alike. And that brings us to the elephant in the room, the growing push for automated umpiring in baseball. As the debate over Angel Hernandez and his fellow umpire rages on, many are beginning to wonder if the solution lies not in human accountability, but in the cold, unbiased precision of technology. The debate over replacing human umpires with technology has been simmering for years, but
Ain't
the
gonna be no
high-profile
job,
missteps of officials like Hernandez has brought this issue to a boiling point. Supporters of automation argue that it would eliminate the inconsistency and bias that have plagued the sport for decades. With the machine calling balls and strikes, every pitch would be judged by the same objective standard, regardless on who's on the mound or at the plate. No longer would players or managers have to worry about an umpire's personal vendetta or a particularly generous strike zone altering the course of the game. The technology for automated umpiring already exists and has been successfully tested in the minor leagues. The
Okay.
automated ball strike zone uses high-speed cameras to track the trajectory of each pitch, instantly determining whether it passed through the strike zone. In trials, the system has proven to be highly accurate, with a margin of error far smaller than that of even the best human umpires. Now, while many are advocating for automated systems, some argue that removing the human element from umpiring would fundamentally change the nature of the game.
Heck
The
yes.
art of pitch framing, for example, where catchers subtly move their gloves to influence an umpire's call, would become obsolete. The lively arguments between managers and umpires, a beloved part of baseball's theatrical tradition, would be reduced to cold, clinical challenges.
I'll tell you my
there's
thoughts
also the question
after.
of how automated umpiring would handle the nuances and judgment calls that are an integral part of the sport.
This is a
Would
good
it be
video.
able to make split-second decisions on check swings or adjust for the unique dimensions of each ballpark? These are valid concerns, but they pale in comparison to the damage being done by the current system. When an umpire like Angel Hernandez can consistently make game-changing mistakes without consequence, it ruins the very
That's the
integrity of
problem.
the sport. It's no longer about the skill of the players or the strategy of the managers, but the actions of an unaccountable official. Automated umpiring, for all its potential drawbacks, offers a path forward. It's a chance to level the playing field, to ensure that every team has a fair shot at victory based on their performance, not the unpredictability of human error. And while it may take some getting used to, the benefits of a more consistent, accurate, and transparent officiating system would be felt across the board. Of course, the transition to automated umpiring wouldn't happen overnight. It would likely be a gradual process, with the technology being phased in over time and human umpires still playing a role in certain aspects of the game.
Only get better,
as we move forward towards a future of automated umpiring in MLB, the question stands, how has MLB handled the Angel Hernandez problem so far? While MLB has been aggressive in its legal defense, it has taken a more measured approach in addressing the broader concerns about umpiring quality and accountability. The league has acknowledged the need for improvement, implementing incremental changes like the expansion of instant replay and the use of technology to evaluate umpire performance. However, these efforts have been met with resistance from the umpires union, which has fought to protect the autonomy and the job security of its members. Behind the scenes, MLB has reportedly taken steps to address the Angel Hernandez situation more directly. In 2019, the league quietly removed Hernandez from a crew chief position after he was caught in an ESPN eavesdropping incident. And while Hernandez has continued to work in high-profile games, there have been whispers that MLB is increasingly hesitant to assign him to crucial postseason matchups or more prominent regular season broadcasts. Looking ahead, MLB finds itself at a crossroads when it comes to the future of umpiring. The successful testing of the automated ball strike system in the minor leagues has put the prospect of robot umps firmly on the table, offering a solution to the inconsistency and controversy that has plagued the human element. But the league has also recognized the challenges and potential unintended consequences of such a large shift, from the logistical hurdles of implementation to the resistance from traditionalists who view umpiring as an integral part of the game. With every blown call and every viral clip of Hernandez's latest misstep, the pressure mounts for the league to take decisive action. Whether that means a more aggressive approach to performance-based discipline, a faster track towards automation, or fundamental rethinking of the umpire roles in the game remains to be seen. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the status quo cannot hold forever. Sooner or later, something will have to give. Do you know what else is a large issue in MLB? Pitching. Be sure to click this video right here to learn more about the epidemic taking over.
We might check that out, but we might have to check that. I'm more stuttering. We might have to check that one out later. But man, that's something I thought something else down in that comment section. I feel like keep both humans and the technology too, obviously. But I say, bro, get him though. And like I feel like anybody else that's like out of pocket like he is, like I'm talking about. There's levels to like, oh, I missed a call, or you know what I mean. He's out of pocket, twin. Like some of them joints is crazy. So I feel like if you're doing that, then give them less games, because as you know the Empire and all that little joint, the union and everything, they tight, they what I mean, they locked in like that. So I just feel like just give them less little games and don't give them as important games or something like that, or grab your big boy balls and be like deuces, big dog, or do something. But y'all tell me y'all thoughts down in the comment section though. But thank y'all, love y'all. Your boys out, man. Definitely like, comment. If you're this channel, click the subscribe button. Go follow me on all social medias, y'all. Your boys out, man. Love y'all.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.